switching on you bitches, getting money. Now they mad, getting money. Bitch, I'm glad, living life, smiling bright, put in work, breaking bad, breaking bank, breaking bread with my mama. Bitch, I'm straight, don't give a damn what a hater gotta say. I'm in my own race, so I run my own pace. I want first place, I ain't taking nothing less. Less bitches in my.
Just literally set aside everybody's feelings besides your own. If it's not your own opinion about yourself, it's completely irrelevant. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jasper and welcome to an episode of how to get your fucking life together because you need to. Okay, so let's get straight to the point because I get asked this question all the time. I get DMs, I get messages from friends, family, strangers, people I don't know, co-workers, the grass, the cat in the tree outside. Everybody asks me all the time, how did I start my life over? And I'm gonna tell you, first thing first, powder your face because fucking ring lights are hot as fuck, and if you don't powder, then you're gonna look like a fucking sweat ball, which is what I look like right now. I wrote notes. Okay, so I have compiled a list of 437 ways that you can start your life over. Alright, so if you know me, if you don't know me, just to backtrack a little bit, a couple months ago, I woke up one morning, I decided I wanted to start over. I packed my shit up, I moved out of state, I left, I didn't look back, I started fresh, I'm here, I'm not there, I'm living life, the best of it. Okay, so let's get real. So for real, a couple months ago, I did pack up my shit, I left New York, I started my life over, and honestly, people ask me all the time how I did it, and one thing that I'm gonna say that made it easy for me to do this, I don't know how it's gonna be for y'all, but I'm an only child. I always suffered from only child syndrome. I like to be alone. It worked for me. It wasn't hard, but yeah, so here's what I got for you. Okay, so the first tip that I have to start your life over would be to have a good reason. Actually, you don't even have to have a good reason. Scratch that. Just have a reason to start your life over. It doesn't have to be good because who says that one reason is greater than another reason? So don't judge your reason for leaving as if it's significant or not, because if you feel like you want to leave because you want a new job, or if you feel like you want to leave because the guy down the street is stalking you, if you feel like you want to move to Texas because they have good barbecue, do that. Every reason to leave is a good reason. That's that. But yeah, no reason is less greater than any other reason. So I would just say, first things first, find a reason to leave. If you can't find a reason to leave, then don't leave until you find that reason, because then you're just gonna be doing all of this. First of all, I lived in Florida for like 4 months now, and I have never heard of ice cream. So that for no reason. Okay, so the second thing is really, really important. Very important. You have to mentally prepare yourself. Like literally mentally prepare yourself for all the shit that you might possibly go through. That way when you go through it, you already know how to handle it. For example, mentally prepare yourself to be broke. It is gonna happen. If you're a young adult and you decided to wake up one morning and move out of state like me, it's gonna be a time when you're broke. Before you leave, mentally prepare yourself to be broke and tell yourself it's gonna be times when you can't go get a fucking steak for dinner or some Spanish food or some pupusas. You're gonna have to hit the dollar menu for 3 days straight. It's gonna be times that that's gonna happen, and it's okay because you're building on getting yourself out of that. But mentally prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself to be alone, because it's gonna happen, especially if you don't know anybody where you're at. I moved to Florida. I did not know anybody in Florida when I got down here. I mentally prepared myself to be alone, and it made it easier those times when I wanted to hang out with somebody, I wanted to chill, I wanted to go out with my friends. I don't have any friends down here. So before I left, I mentally prepared myself, and I let myself know, like, listen, Jay, you don't have any friends down there. You don't know anybody. You can't go knock on Bonnie's door and tell her you about to roll up. You can't pull up at Yancy's house and say, I'm outside, let's go get some halal. You can't do that anymore. So mentally prepare yourself to not have friends. Mentally prepare yourself to not have family, to be alone. You literally need to stop caring about what people are going to say about your move, because people are going to tell you you're not going to make it. People are going to tell you you can't find a job, you're not going to be able to find a place, you're too young, you need to do this first, you need to do that first. Do what you think is right, and don't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do, because if you want to pursue something and you don't pursue it, only thing that's going to happen is five years down the line, you're going to literally regret not doing. You're literally going to regret not doing what you wanted to do. And later down in your life, it's just going to cause more stress and more anxiety, and it's just not going to be good for you. Just literally set aside everybody's feelings besides your own. If it's not your own opinion about yourself, it's completely irrelevant. If you're doing something and you feel like it's not right, then don't do it. If you're doing something and you feel like it's right and it's going to make you happy, then do it. Don't care about what other people's happiness is. Don't compare somebody else's happiness to your happiness, because maybe somebody else moving out of state is not going to make them happy, but for you, it might make you happy, you know? Okay, next I would have to say is to make a realistic plan and stick to it. Tell yourself you're gonna just jump into something because this is your dream. Like, I'm saying pursue your dreams, but make sure that the road that you're taking to get to that dream is realistic, because if you don't set a realistic goal and a realistic plan for yourself, the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get disappointed. You're gonna get disappointed and stressed out because you're off of your plan and you're not succeeding at what you wanted to do, and you're gonna downplay yourself and you're gonna talk down on yourself, and again, it's just gonna be a cycle of stress and anxiety. And that's not gonna help you. You're starting over to be happy. You're starting over to live your best life and be refreshed and rejuvenated. So don't put yourself in a situation where you're gonna cause yourself more stress. And setting a plan that's not realistic for yourself, and what I mean for yourself is like based on like your resume, your financial status, your connections, you get what I'm saying? So set your plans based on what you have and what you can work with, not with what you want, because you don't want to disappoint yourself at the end. And finally, I would just say, like, live your best life, bro. Like, just enjoy shit, be happy. Like, if you make a move like I did, like, just be happy about everything that you have and appreciate everything that you have. All the friends that you have, every dollar that you have, like, literally appreciate every fucking thing. At the end of the day, if you make a move like this, you already made it. You won. You made it down here. You get what I'm saying? Like, you already succeeded in something, because you just leaving is you defeating a bigger task than most people could even do, because it's fucking hard. Like, starting your life over is not easy. It's making that decision to leave and then actually leaving, you literally just defeated the biggest obstacle anyway. So you already won. Like, just enjoy life at this point. Don't be afraid to get money. Like, I don't know, because I'm from New York, so I have a natural get money mentality, but if you want to start your life over, you definitely have to understand that you need to have a hustle, because if you don't have a hustle, I don't know what to tell you. That's like everything that I could think of right now at this moment, but I felt like I needed to make this video because people ask me all the time about like tips and like how to just move and start over and shit like that, and it's hard But like I said, once you make the decision to leave and you leave, like you won, like you're there, you started, you defeated the biggest obstacle. Yeah, if anybody wants to like DM me or message me or anything like that about like any questions that you have, feel free to. Yeah, that's all I gotta say now. So bye.
Bitches getting money, now they mad, getting money. Bitch, I'm glad, living life, smiling bright, put in work, breaking bad, breaking bank, breaking bread with my mama. Bitch, I'm straight.